if you're early in your leadership journey, you'll recognize the need to build capability and continue to build capability as you progress. But even for the most experienced leaders, and particularly the ones that are highly successful, they recognize that they need to be continually building and refining their capability as they go. So for me, this is a model that was really, really important for anybody at any stage of their leadership journey. A piece of research was done a few years ago, which kind of, I think, reinforced what many of us knew, which is about how do we actually develop capability beyond the notion of learning. And this is where the 70-20-10 model was kind of born. And what this model talks about is really, that acquisition of knowledge and learning really only gives us 10% of capability. What that gives us is competency. Now we know something, and I think we live in a world now where people know more than they've ever known. People are more educated, more qualified, have more access to knowledge. But why is leadership capability still dropping, in many surveys that are undertaken now? And I think the reason for that is that lots of people are building competency, they're building that 10%, but they're not then taking that on to the ability to do something with it. And what takes us from competency to capability is we need to go and experience and use that knowledge in the field, in real life, which is, I think, is where 70%, or what the model says is 70% of the advancement comes from, so that then that final 20% you can gain feedback. Because whenever we try something, whenever we learn, do something for the first time, it's never perfect, it's never always good, it's always a bit clunky and uncomfortable. So we need to be trying, experimenting, working with knowledge, so that we get that feedback, whether it's from our bosses, from our mentors, from our coaches, so then we can go back and refine and ultimately then build that capability. So capability really is that get that base knowledge in place, go out and use that knowledge, and experience using it in the real world, and from feedback start to refine that, and probably in an independent sense, it's about, knowledge, experimentation, and then reflection is probably the top part. But, you also need to be careful. I think some people think this is an excuse not to learn. You can't go and experiment and experience in the field if you haven't got that base knowledge in place. So this model really says that it all has to be there, but you're only 10% of the way with the knowledge. You then need to kick it on to that next phase to get that 70 and 20% in place. So continually build the knowledge base, however you want to do that. Get experience, experiment, get the feedback so you can refine, and then you'll get to that place of higher capability.